Hello, welcome everybody. We're going to start at 9 o'clock, so if I can ask people to kindly take their seats, that would be great. We're going to start in 1 minute, so thank you so much.
With the precision of this Swiss train system, it is time. Welcome. Good morning. Welcome to you all to our closing exercises for the class of 2025. It is now my pleasure to welcome the head of school, Michael Turner.
Thank you, Mr. Malcolm. And good morning. Wait, we're going to try. We're in 3 dimensions now. You don't have to unmute. You can just say it. Watch. Good morning. Isn't that great? It's really nice. So please join me in a round of applause, first and foremost, to all the folks who made it possible for us to be here. I mean, first responders, vaccinators, physical plant, communications, administration, all of you. Thank you. It truly is a delight to be here all together, to look out and see the class of 2025. Wow. I remember when we have a member in our family in the class of 2023 and a class in 2026 and 2020. But when I started to get into the mid 20s, I'm speaking to the parents, by the way, now children, that started to freak me out. So I'm sure you're sitting with that a little bit yourself. But it is a delight to have you all here in person. I also want to add an additional thanks to Mr. Malcolm, as well as several, as many of you know, Mr. Malcolm and several of our colleagues will be departing this year. Ms. Curto Davis, Ms. Feldman, Ms. Gates, Ms. Benedict, Ms. Hall, Mr. Balser, and all of our proctors. Right? They've been here anyway in the case of our proctors for a few months, one of those essential people with whom we could not have done this, or in the case of Mr. Malcolm and Ms. Curto Davis and others, decades. So please join me in a round of applause for thanking all of those colleagues for all of their hard work and commitment to Shipley. A couple of cruise director points. You'll notice I sat with my mask and then came up. So just as all things this year, it's a little different. So just so you're clear, so we're clear as we are in this transition phase. Whenever folks are seated, you're more than welcome if you want to take off your mask if you're vaccinated, or if you're distanced, which you all are from those. The other thing is it's outside. We're usually inside for these kinds of things. So please use the fans. I see lots of folks are wearing those out. It's better than rain. It's better than rain. But we have indoor space if anybody feels like they need to get up and go and enjoy the air conditioning. So in Pilch Commons, we have some space set out for live streaming if someone feels like they need to step away out of the humidity. And with that, I'll just close with another warm welcome. In addition to the thanks, it really is one of the great pleasures of working in an independent school community that you can partner with families and with students and with professionals to do the magic work of education in an independent school and what happens here day to day to Shipley. A couple of folks were kind enough to come up and say thanks to me, and I need to pass that on to all the folks I just mentioned and more for this remarkable year. To have navigated a pandemic and multiple crises in the way that we have is a source of pride for me. I hope it is for you, and especially for the members of our eighth grade class. I said to our 5th graders last week that, and I had them refrain, and of all the lessons that we've learned this year, and there have been many, they may not have been in the lessons we wanted to or the lessons that we would have chosen to learn during all of this. But one of the things we all learned from pre-kindergarten up through 12th grade and here with our 8th graders is that we can do hard things. This was a difficult, challenging, use all the adjectives you want, year. But it was also a really successful year. And you as family members, you as students, and all of us as members of this community played a role in that. So we're going to reinforce that message because school's not quite over yet. You got about an hour more left. So repeat after me, please, class. I can do hard things. I don't believe you. We got to try that again. Everyone, even if you're watching at home online, on your phone, sitting in traffic in a cubicle somewhere, it's okay to, one of the ways you learn is by risking looking silly. So in your cubicle right now, if you're watching at home or grandmom in your living room or here in person, I see guys looking down at their hands. Thank you. I can do hard things. Better, but I think we can do one more. I can do hard things. I believe you. Congratulations to the class of 2025. It's now my pleasure to call on Mr. Statina and Mrs. Corrigan for our first set of citations. Please come on up.
L. Baker Arenstam. Ellie, we recognize you for your charismatic leadership, your conscientious approach to all tasks, and dedication to serving others through your work with the Impact Center. We thank you for being a school ambassador at admissions events, for welcoming new students, and for training young soccer players who share your passion for the game. Thank you. And you'll continue. Mason Claire Culver Andrioli. Mason, we recognize you for your kindness, for your work ethic, and your drive as a student athlete. We thank you for your leadership and commitment to expanding the work of diversity, equity, and inclusion within our community by frequently contributing in the Race and Identity Club and through your character and conduct within our school. Lucas Alexander Capobianco. Lucas, we recognize you for your character, your integrity, and consistency in your approach to academics and to athletics, particularly with your passion for basketball. We thank you for leading by example in your self-advocacy, your contagious work ethic, and your kindness in welcoming new students into our community and into your friend group. Congratulations, bud. Quinn Mackenzie Chulik. Quinn, we recognize you for your conscientious work ethic, your sense of humor, and your growth as a high-achieving student. We thank you for spreading kindness and compassion in our school and for your service contributions where you donated food, wrote letters to first responders, and to Lieutenant Colonel Benelli, and for your willingness to always lend a helping hand. Thank you. Congratulations. Finnegan Brian Daly. Finnegan, we recognize you for your keen interest in politics, all things related to Philadelphia sports, and your sense of humor and perspective, often adding levity and viewpoint diversity to challenging discussions. We thank you for your kindness and empathy towards others, helping create an inclusive and strong sense of community within our school. Congratulations, Finn. Good job, bud. Cameron R. Eustace. Cameron, we recognize you for your strength of character, quiet integrity, and kindness. You are always willing to help others. We thank you for leading by example with your conduct and behavior, for your hard work and commitment to lacrosse, and for your strong moral compass, inspiring others to be good and to do good. Thank you. Congratulations, bud. Good work. Caroline Kenny. Caroline, we recognize you for your positive attitude, upbeat, energetic demeanor, courage in adapting to a new environment, and strong performance in Spanish and history. We thank you for your kindness and honesty, for speaking with visitors to our school and making them feel welcomed, and for your quiet leadership through your behavior and conduct. Thank you. Congratulations. Great work. This is for you, Caroline. Riley Love. Riley, we recognize you for your hard work to improve your math and Spanish skills and your strong performance as a student athlete playing ice hockey and soccer on high-level teams outside of school. We thank you for your creative political cartoon and our study of Ghost River and your devotion to the Race and Identity Club, and also for attending the Diversity Conference. Thank you. Great job, Riley. Fantastic year. Thank you. Lola Mackenzie Troiano. Lola, we recognize you for your high academic achievement, your compassion and inclusivity with all members of your grade, and for your creative abilities as an artist. We thank you for your service to others through your work with the Ardmore Food Pantry and your participation during the Race and Identity Club, furthering dialogue and inclusivity in our community. Thank you. Great job, Lola. Congratulations. Daniel M. Zudu. Daniel, we recognize you for your hard work and maturity in adjusting to a new environment, for challenging yourself as a math student, and for your willingness to stand up for what is right. We thank you for your consistency in your academics and through your conduct, making new friends and sharing your love of sports with all. Thank you. Great job, bud. Congratulations. Dylan Brooke Zweibel. Dylan, we recognize you for your honesty, for your sense of community, and compassion in thinking about others, especially through service, and the birthday card you designed for Lieutenant Colonel Bonelli. We thank you for always offering to help your teachers and your classmates, for creating an inclusive environment, and for your creative contributions to our advisory mural. Thank you. Congratulations, Debbie. Great work. It is my pleasure to call on Mrs. Corrigan.
Peyton Hazelton Barger. Payton, we recognize you for being such an active member of the community as a thespian, singer, runner, vocal class participant, and a member of the Race and Identity Club. Your participation in these endeavors shows your well-roundedness. We thank you for your positive, upbeat attitude and your beautiful smile that can light up a room. Neve Sarah Burkett. Neve, we recognize you for embodying a true ballerina's inner grace and for the courage to stand up at an assembly and recite a poem even though you were new to the community. You have navigated unique challenges with quiet fortitude and resolve. We thank you for exemplifying how impeccable organization and time management lead to long-term success. Grace Emanuela Santos Carvalho do Bahia, Brazil. We recognize you for always being your most authentic self and for showcasing self-confidence, self-awareness, and positivity. One example is the YouTube channel you created to spread positive vibes to your peers and showcase what being an upstander looks like. We thank you for your service and leadership as our class president. Oliver Millman Dodge. Oliver, we recognize you for being one of the nicest kids that anyone has ever met. There is never a time when you don't greet your teachers, peers, or coaches and ask how their day is going. Your kindness is matched only by your enthusiasm for Philly sports. We thank you for asking wonderful questions and demonstrating genuine curiosity in all your subject areas. Jaden Pincus Elliott. Jaden, we recognize you for your unwavering love for animals and for your commitment to all forms of social justice. You are always willing to look within and ask yourself how you can make this world better. We thank you for your leadership during race and identity meetings, where you modeled vulnerability and a willingness to engage in difficult conversations. Miriam Goldberg. Miriam, we recognize you for your bravery during this first year being a Shipley Gator. You began a brand new school and engaged with a brand new way of learning and are rounding out the year with new friends and a record of academic excellence. This year has truly shown your adaptability. We thank you for opening yourself up to new possibilities and experiences. Jacob William Haberman. Jacob, we recognize you for being able to toggle so well between working collaboratively and independently. Whether you are partnering with others in a group or delivering a presentation solo, you thrive no matter what the format because of your natural curiosity. We thank you for your dry humor and sarcasm, which keeps us laughing and sometimes shaking our heads. Nicole Hope Leocoris. Nicole, We recognize you for diving into a new school environment with positivity, enthusiasm, and an eagerness to carve out a place for yourself. We support your ambition to serve as a student leader and have no doubt that you will do so in the upper school. We thank you for your excellent storytelling skills whenever we played Mafia during our brain breaks in English class. Razia Wilayat Mian. Razia, we recognize you for your soccer skills, of course, but also for your beautiful Spanish-speaking skills, which not as many people may know about. Your crisp accent and pronunciation are part of why you earned a perfect score on your musical artist presentation. We thank you for keeping the school store in business with your daily candy purchases. You're welcome. Rafael Rhodes Snyder. Rafa, we recognize you for your high level of energy and enthusiasm for school. All year, you have expressed gratitude for being able to learn in person when many others have not had this privilege. As such, you show up every day ready to learn and engage in discussions with full fervor. We thank you for driving in-class dialogue with your peers across multiple subject areas. Madison Claire Strong. Maddie, we recognize you for your scholarship and outstanding academic performance across the board, particularly in Latin and Mandarin. You are an enthusiastic participant not only in class, but in your extracurricular activities and artistic endeavors. We thank you for being an advocate for LGBTQ+ rights as a student leader in our middle school Spectrum Club. Maddie. Gabrielle Lindsay Turner. Gabby, we recognize you for your incredible artistic skills, which twice awarded you summa cum laude honors in the Philadelphia Classical Society's competition. Your construction of a Roman golden leaf crown and Medusa bust were phenomenal. We thank you for your consistent desire to improve by seeking out and responding to your teachers' feedback. It is now my pleasure to call on Dr. Kinsella.
Thank you, Ms. Corrigan, and thank you, Mr. Cetina. Welcome to this year's closing exercises for the class of 2025. And as an aside, let's give them a round of applause, please. But it's a testament to how well they wore their masks this year that for some, I feel like I'm seeing their faces for the first time, which really is a testament to how well they did. But what a year this has been. We have lived through history as we have prepared, and as we prepare to head into the summer, you all can be proud of what you have achieved. Before I share my words of advice with the class, I would like to take a moment to welcome you all to the closing exercises. At 3 o'clock this morning, I was very pleased to see the weather was going to be in our favor. And at 5, I was even happier when I didn't have to make the call to cancel or postpone. I offer special thanks to the 8th grade parent coordinators, and in particular, Nicole Capabianco, who led them all. Can we give them a round of applause, please? In a year when we didn't allow parents into the building, they did a wonderful job coming in and stocking a faculty room with supplies and goodies. So we really thank you all for that. I'd also like to welcome Mr. Turner to his first in-person middle school closing exercises. Last year we recorded this and then we had it streamed live. This is Mr. Turner's second year and he's still not experienced a normal year at Shipley. I do hope next year will be nice and uneventful. Finally, I would like to thank our teachers. Teaching during COVID has not been easy. Having to remain socially distanced while trying to explain the finer points of Shakespeare or the quadratic formula or how to complete a contour drawing is not an easy task. And then also doing this in a blended environment of in-person and remote learners adds a level that none of them ever thought they would have to do. They did it, and I am so grateful for all they did. But now, let me speak directly to the class of 2025. Our theme this year was caring for others, and over the course of the last 12 months, you have done that on a daily basis. Whether it was greeting each other outside the middle school each morning as you prepared to go through the screening process, or during lunches, which I must admit were not the most enjoyable event of the year, as we asked you to sit behind plexiglass and eat first and speak second. But every time you were always willing to speak up for each other and with each other and to each other. And that, I think, is truly important to note. While your field trips were curtailed, you traveled across the world and back in history class, visited countries as part of your language studies, and glimpsed what the future might look like as you read books and studied in STEAM. At all times, you did this, wearing masks and remaining 6 feet apart. I thank you for your willingness to accept the reminders of teachers and proctors to spread out. I spent my year going around like this. Keep your masks on and to not share candy, which I have to admit I failed miserably in getting you all to follow. As you head into summer, feel free to share as much candy as you like. We even started the bags, put some candy in the bags, so after this, feel free. As you get ready to move up to the upper school, remember that when you return in September, your peers will need your support and encouragement. New students will join the grade, and I hope that you will welcome them into the community as you did the students who joined this year. I also want you to know that your teachers will still be here in the middle school, and we hope that you will come back and visit often. You won't have to worry about having your phones confiscated, but do know that we are always available for advice and guidance. Please remember to be safe this summer. Put your phone down for some time and be active. Get outside as much as you can, and most importantly, take a moment to express your gratitude to your families. And let's do that right now, please, if you would. At times, we take our families for granted. However, without them, our journey would be difficult. So please remember to say thank you often. And on that note, again, say congratulations and thank you all so much. It is now my pleasure to call on Ms. Fellman and Senora Murico for the next set of citations.
It's a little bittersweet for me. Joshua Ethan Becker. Josh, we recognize you for the high standards you set for yourself and your successes in the classroom. We thank you for your kind-hearted nature, keen sense of empathy expressed through kind gestures to others, and your strong commitment to the Shipley community and beyond, which led to a well-deserved Character, Honor, and Spirit Award. L. Lauren Borum. L. We recognize you for your tremendous growth as a student this past year. specifically highlighting your active listening skills in English and your significant improvement in participating in history class discussions. We thank you for your contributions and dedication to the Shipley Volleyball Program. Andrew Philip Buckingham. Andrew, we recognize all of your time and effort that you put into your baseball and soccer skills, which led you to become a dominant force and leader on the field. We thank you for your desire to achieve in your academic classes this year, highlighted by your thoughtful insights in history, English, and science classes. Well done, my friend. Very good. Grayson Ming Clemens. Grayson, we recognize you for your positive classroom contributions and for the progress you have made on your academic journey. We thank you for your dedication to and great accomplishments in our soccer and baseball programs, especially this spring where you were able to play up for the Shipley JV baseball team. Well done. Congratulations. Isabel Jane Feldman. Izzy, we recognize you for your dedication to academic excellence as you consistently strive for your personal best. We thank you for your kind nature and dedication, for you have made it a priority at school to volunteer on the Student Leadership Committee and the Impact Center, which truly shows your commitment to helping others. Well done, my friend. Riley Samantha Haberman. Riley, we recognize you for your motivation and self-advocacy in your academic classes and your willingness to share your views, especially in English. We thank you for your excellent theatrical and musical abilities that enriched the community when you played Matilda in the musical. There is a reason that you are the recipient of the Arts Award this year. Charlotte Schuyler Hayes. Charlotte, we recognize you for the tremendous effort you put into your academics that leads to high achievement and shows the value of hard work and determination. We thank you for being a Disney aficionado, for your growth and amazing talent as a singer, and your stewardship and interest in helping others, as shown through your Project Joy Winter Service Project. Awesome job. Brody Robert Latta. Brody, we recognize you for your unwavering commitment to becoming a dominant force on the squash courts. Your ability and leadership earned you this year's class of 1984's Boys Cup. We thank you for your drive to always do your best, as exemplified by your excellent academic achievements and your gentlemanly manner you display every day in your classes. Good job, bud.
Thank you.
Of course. Jocelyn Fallon Miller. Joss, We recognize you for taking pride in your learning as your honesty and heartfelt efforts allowed you to understand new concepts and ideas. We thank you for your willingness to share your fun, cunning, and dry sense of humor with your classmates and teachers every day. I will be watching the late night show with Joss Miller in the not so distant future, and I hope I'm your first guest. Gosh. Yeah. Julia Hope O'Connor. Julia, we recognize you for your exceptionally kind, humble, and gentle disposition that you exhibited every day in the classrooms and hallways. We thank you for your excellent theatrical and musical abilities that enrich the Shipley community when you participated and portrayed Mrs. Wormwood in this year's production of Matilda. Julia. There you go. Jessica Emily Stevie Pasco. Jess, we recognize you for your social consciousness, your compassionate participation in the Race and Identity Club, and your willingness to share unique ideas in the classroom discussions. We thank you for your excellent abilities as a rugby player, being a valuable member of the Downingtown travel team. Claire Cook Roush. Claire, we recognize you for your witty sense of humor that spiced up classroom discussions and for your strong sense of self and personal confidence that allows you to form tight bonds with your peers. We thank you for your efforts to evolve as a successful student. I apologize, Claire. let me begin again. We thank you for your efforts to evolve as a successful student by taking risks and activities and being a strong self-advocate, and for your talent and passion for volleyball. And now, Senora Americo.
Good morning. Athena Noel Ballas. Athena, we recognize you for your dedication and love of dancing, and especially for your leadership role and the incredible talents you shared as a member of the string orchestra program since lower school. We thank you for gracing us with kindness and for your strong commitment to the Shipley community, your friends, and your family. Congrats. Lucas Christos Ballas. Bless you. Lucas, we recognize you for your consistent work ethic and talents as a soccer player, and for your contributions as section leader for violins in string orchestra, where you participated since lower school. We thank you for your perseverance as a virtual student, your seamless transition back to school, and for always offering to help your teachers and classmates. Congratulations. Kelly Gang. Kelly, we recognize you for your outstanding achievements in math, specifically for your excellence in the Math Counts competition, where you scored in the top 20% of all participants. We thank you for your leadership as co-captain of the Reading Olympics team, where you motivated your team to answer challenging questions, and for the many friendships you have made. Congratulations. Grace Michelle Heller. Grace, we recognize you for your dedication and academic accomplishments, particularly for your fantastic efforts in Spanish and your cogent and insightful research papers in history. We thank you for your commitment to the tennis team, your bravery in drama, and for gracing the class with kindness and camaraderie as a new student this year. Congratulations. Oops. Ava Janae MacArthur. Ava, we recognize you for your incredible talents as an athlete, especially your devotion and skills as an ODP water polo player, a rugby player, and Shipley field hockey player, and for your ability to maintain high academic standards while juggling a full schedule. We thank you for sharing your powerful voice and for always advocating for those in need. Chris Chin. Chris, we recognize you for your skills and moves as a street dancer, your gift as a pianist, your quiet humor and patience as a student, and your enthusiasm for Scriblio. We thank you for your incredible dedication and perseverance as a virtual learner who, despite a 12 to 13-hour time difference, attended and participated in classes all year. Dagny Grace Schiffler. Dagny, we recognize you for your outstanding academic merits, and especially your exceptional skills and achievements in Spanish. We thank you for your talents and contributions as a runner, for your camaraderie and kind spirit, and especially for sharing your knowledge and passion for all things related to horses. James David Tornetta. James, we recognize you for your strong moral compass, your respectful and polite demeanor with teachers and peers, and for your tremendous growth and achievements as a middle school student. We thank you for the strong work ethic and excitement you have brought to the string orchestra program as a cellist, and for your contributions to tennis and squash. Congrats. David Dean Valsing. Dean, we recognize you for your seamless integration into the Shipley community this year, where you built many new friendships, and for your confidence and willingness to express your opinions and volunteer in class. We thank you for sharing your passion and talents for squash and for gracing our hallways with stylish jeans and sneakers. Anastasia Ridgely Wrightson. Anastasia, we recognize you for your incredible academic achievements, including your exceptional drive to advance your skills and accuracy in French and Latin. We thank you for your service contributions, especially collecting supplies for the Andrew Jackson School, for your talents as an oboe player, and for your commitment to middle school tennis. Bethany Yang. Bethany, we recognize you for your perseverance as a virtual learner and your outstanding academic achievements, your incredible talents in Spanish, your bravery and resilience in drama, and your exemplary skills as an upper school honors math student. We thank you for gracing us with a smile each day and for joining our Shipley community this year. It is now my pleasure to call on Grace Cavallo, our middle school president.
Good morning. My name is Grace Cavallo, and I served as this year's middle school president. For starters, I would like to thank the families of this year's 8th grade class. I want to thank you all for supporting my peers and being able to send them off to high school prepared to face any challenges that might come their way. I would also like to thank the teachers and administrators who have helped us throughout our time in the middle school and made this day possible even through very difficult times. Before anything else, I would like to say congratulations. We survived 2020. Yeah. But seriously, we went through a pandemic that we're still in. We had a stock market crash, killer bees, and worst of all, we had a toilet paper shortage. I'll never forget that fateful day in March of 2020. It was during softball when we first heard the announcement that we'll be going on spring break early. We all believed that it would last about 2 weeks, and I can confirm we were so wrong. But the only way that we got through that and how we're still getting through it today is by looking ahead, because there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. This light is something that even in dark times you can see. And matter of fact, we need that darkness to appreciate and fully see that light. That light that we always run to is hope. Now, hope is not something foreign to me. From someone who came from a developing country, that is something that keeps me going. My single mother came here without knowing anyone. She just took a leap of faith. So, Mom, thank you for raising me. Thank you for showing me that there is such thing as the American dream. I also want to thank... I also want to thank the Cavallo and the Fisher family. Though we are not bonded by blood, we are by love. So thank you. And I want to thank everyone else for making this the best 8th grade year possible. And most importantly, thank you, God, for allowing me to be here today, for caring for me, and for showing me that all bad things are temporary. Looking back over these past couple of years, Shipley has taught me many lessons that will continue to impact me and my values, like the Holocaust experience, or that very stormy day when our generation projects were due. Y'all remember that? Many of us had to go to shopping zones to use their Wi-Fi. It was a wonderful day. Or the time that we were in a global pandemic that forced us to be virtual for the end of the year and going into 8th grade. Memories. Every single one of these moments were special for me because it showed me that we can do so much more than we give ourselves credit for. This year, we all led the middle school with courage and determination to make this year better than last. And as I close, I have some advice for us all. One piece of advice is to follow your passion, stay true to yourself, and never follow in someone else's path. And remember the 5 W's. Who you are makes you special. Do not change that for anyone else. What lies ahead will always be a mystery. Do not be afraid to explore it. When life pushes you over, you push back harder. Where there are choices to make ones you won't regret. And why things happen will never be certain. Take it in, stride, and move forward. And lastly, I would like to leave you with this. This graduation is a time to remember, a time to dream, a time to look back, and a time to look forward. A time for songs of laughter and a time of tears of joy. A time for letting go and a time for discovering hopes and dreams that are yet unborn, that are yet unseen. A time to say goodbye to yesterday and a time to greet tomorrow with courage. It's time for us to grow a little wiser, maybe even look a bit deeper in ourselves. But I have no worries about what comes next or what troubles tomorrow may bring. Because whenever I'm afraid, I always remember this message from Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. And the future is right now. We have already completed lower school, and we have already completed middle school, and now we're on the home stretch. 4 more years to go. So let's enjoy it while it lasts, because before you know it, we'll be graduating high school. Thank you, and congratulations, everyone. Oh, and by the way, guys, we did it! Oh. It's now my pleasure to call on Madame Riel and Miss Steeman.
Bonjour. Mia Elizabeth Adamczyk. Mia, we recognize you for your outstanding academic achievements and for your eagerness to learn and continuously grow as a critical thinker, especially in science, English, Spanish, and Latin. We thank you for always being respectful and for modeling humility and perseverance by always giving 100% to everything that you do without ever asking recognition for it. Torsten Ivan Frass. Torsten, we recognize you for your talents as a harpsichordist, squash and tennis player, and for being an intellectual scholar, especially in history, Latin, and French, where you let your creativity shine and demonstrated your exceptional skills through diligent project work. We thank you for your subtle sense of humor, respect, and compassion that make all members of the community feel welcomed. Bravo. Valente Guillermo Hidalgo. Valente, we recognize your musical talents as a guitar player, your skills on the tennis court, your academic growth and achievement in math and Spanish, and the ease with which you transitioned to Shipley and made strong friendships. We thank you for your determination to improve note-taking study skills in and out of the classrooms, which helped you refine your written work. Catherine Grace Hornberger. Katie, we recognize you for your excellent skills in soccer, basketball, and lacrosse, where your ability and leadership earned you this year's class of 1984's Girls' Cup. We thank you for the amazing effort you put into your academics, particularly in math, that leads to success and shows your classmates the value of hard work and determination. Bravo. Emily Lauren Jacobi. Emily, we recognize you for your fantastic drawing skills and your hard work across all disciplines, which demonstrates your determination and willingness to learn. Your quiet presence in the classroom does not go unnoticed. We thank you for being a caring member of the Shipley community and for developing strong friendships throughout your middle school experience. Dylan Bryce Kaplan. Dylan, we recognize you. We recognize you for your high achievement in academics in the squash team and for your respectful and easygoing personality, which contributed to your smooth transition to Shipley. We thank you for being the scribblio master in our advisory and for always being willing to help out your classmates and work cooperatively. Riley Lillian Loudon. Riley, we recognize you for your tremendous progress in Latin and your outstanding achievement as a student athlete, joining the soccer, basketball, and softball teams in your first year at Shipley. We thank you for your insightful contributions to our advisory and classrooms, where your good nature and respectful ways were appreciated by all. Bravo. Isaac Megbib. Isaac, we recognize you for your academic growth and remarkable participation in the classroom, particularly in Spanish and history, and for your commitment to making Shipley a better school through your involvement with DEI. We thank you for your contributions to the soccer, basketball, and baseball programs, and for your active engagement in the Race and Identity Club. Jake Taylor. Jake, we recognize you for your skills as an electric guitar and bass player, and for your artistic creativity as expressed through your drawings, such as your illustration of the Incan sun god in history. We thank you for your respectful manners with teachers and peers, your kindness, and for the strong friendships you have developed throughout your time at Shipley. Isabella Story Warakis. Ibby, we recognize you for your dedication as a student athlete involved in field hockey, basketball, and softball, in addition to being a competitive swimmer. We thank you for your high achievement in academics and your tremendous progress in French. Your determination to succeed in everything you put your mind to and your willingness to step out of your comfort zone are inspiring traits. Roya Chloe Walcott. Roya, we recognize you for your excellent skills as a volleyball player and a horseback rider, and for your persistence through your studies, particularly in English and history. We thank you for standing up for your beliefs, actively participating in discussions, while always staying true to yourself and respectful of others, and for being a welcoming presence to new members of your grade. It is now my pleasure to welcome Sarah Stamen to the stage.
Good morning. Sailor 11 Abraham. Sailor, we recognize you for your tremendous growth as a Spanish student, for your consistent and conscientious approach to your studies, and for your contributions on the court in volleyball. We thank you for your wonderful citizenship as a Shipley community member, your quiet integrity and kindness, and the respect you show others does not go unnoticed. Sydney Grace Allman. Sydney, we recognize you for your hard work and perseverance to improve your French and math skills, for your strong work ethic and conscientious approach to all your academic endeavors, and for advocating for yourself. We thank you for your kindness, the loyalty you have shown to your friends, and your willingness to help others. Congratulations. Olivia Parker Koya. Liv, we recognize you for your scholarship across all disciplines and for your notable accomplishment earning the Dorothy Sykes Academic Award this year. We thank you for your bravery and stepping outside of your comfort zone, whether performing for your theater class or presenting your rant in English class. You would never know how nervous you were. Congratulations. Graham Andrew Butler Devine. Gray, we recognize you for your contributions to our athletics program, particularly baseball, where you embraced the opportunity to play in the junior varsity games. We thank you for being a leader by example, a caring member of our community, and a conscientious student in all of your classes, especially in French, where you presented a creative and well-spoken fashion show. Sammy M. Ilyas. Sammy, we recognize you for your dedication to your studies, for your academic achievements, and for the growth you have shown as a student. Your contributions to discussions are insightful and full of conviction and make use of your sly and subtle sense of humor. We thank you for your commitment to diversity and for your active participation in the Race and Identity Club. Congratulations, Sammy. Archer James Mackay. Archer, we recognize you for your commitment to your academics and for the connections you make between what you are learning in school and the real world. We thank you for diving into a new environment head first, volunteering your thoughts during advisory discussions and activities, and sharing your passion for Asian cultures with your teachers and peers. Congratulations. Jacob Samuel Marciano. Jacob, we recognize your energetic demeanor, your ability to make us all laugh, and the speed in which you form friendships as a new member to the community. We thank you for being a voice in classroom discussions, especially in English and science, where your comments often drove the conversation and highlighted your willingness to take risks while learning. Congratulations, Jacob. Quinn Michael O'Malley. Quinn, we recognize you for your quiet integrity, strength of character, and diligent approach to your studies, particularly for the growth you have demonstrated in showing your work in mathematics. We thank you for leading by example in your dedication to adhering to the COVID protocols, keeping us all safe, and for your contributions to the cross-country program. Congratulations, Quinn. Sadie Catherine Showerman. Sadie, we recognize you for your improved confidence in mathematics and for the hard work you put into learning French and embracing its culinary culture, especially baking macaroons. We thank you for your contributions to our athletic program, for being a leader on the lacrosse field, and for your willingness to engage in tough conversations during advisory discussions. Congratulations. Margaret Emma Scott. Emma, we recognize you for your work ethic and talent, whether that is on the field hockey field, lacrosse field, or in your academics. We thank you for your kindness, generosity, welcoming spirit, and your passionate participation in the Race and Identity Club, where you engage in dialogue to increase inclusivity within the community. Congratulations. Alexandra Delaney Schumer. Alex, we recognize you for your dedication and passion for dance, your commitment to your academics, especially French, and your thoughtful work engaging in Race and Identity Club, seeking to expand your knowledge by attending the Diversity Conference. We thank you for your integrity and staying true to yourself throughout your time in middle school. Congratulations. And last but not least, Talia Emma Wargon. Talia, we recognize you for your tremendous growth and maturity as a middle school student, especially for your hard work and perseverance in your academic classes and your self-advocacy and willingness to reach out to your teachers. We thank you for your kindness and the loyalty you have shown to your friends. They value your support. Congratulations.
Can we please give them the students one more round of applause? Thank you. At this point, it is my pleasure to call on two more speakers. We have Mrs. Van Stimek from the head of the upper school and Griffin Schulich, who will be next year's all-school president. Thank you.
Good morning. It is a pleasure to be here and see you all. And been here long enough, I was sitting in the audience and listening and remembering when some of you had yet to be born, but we knew that you were coming into the community. And it's another testimony to the Shipley community. So huge congratulations again on your accomplishments, and to families for being the backbone behind all that has come today. I'm delighted to welcome you to the upper school. At Shipley, we use the tree metaphor frequently, and it's apt. And personally, I love to work a good metaphor to the bone. We talk about our tiny acorns and our mighty oaks. As rising ninth graders in the Shipley Forest, you are our young oaks. And for the upper school faculty, the nurturing of rising ninth graders is one of the most rewarding and wondrous things. As young oaks, you come firmly rooted, and you have been well tended by the lower and middle school teachers. You will come into the division with a solid foundation, yet you will still be growing and bending. All the things that you have come to cherish about Shipley, the Shipley Forest, that is, love of learning, compassionate participation in the world, community, teachers who know you, emphasis on courage and grace. We heard all of that today in your citations, and all of that is part of the upper school as well. And as you grow into the upper school, the opportunities grow as well. Whether it's a subject you have never studied, a new sport or club, the ability to concentrate on a specific area of study, or forming new friendships. The next 4 years will be the time that you truly come into your own. 4 years will go by in the blink of an eye. And in 2025, your parents and teachers will be looking up to you as mighty oaks and marveling at who you have become. Today marks the start of that journey. It will be an awesome one. Congratulations. And now I have the great pleasure of introducing a member of the class of 2022 and next year's all-school president, Griffin Schulich.
Good morning, 8th grade graduates, family members, and faculty. My name is Griffin Schulich, and I am next year's all-school president. We all gather together as a community today to honor the hard work, commitment, and successes of the class of 2025. This year, all Shipley students faced unprecedented circumstances as COVID-19 presented many challenges and changes to everyday Shipley life. Whether it be random COVID tests, wearing masks all day at school, or learning remotely, this year was anything but ordinary. It's impressive what you all had to persevere through in your last year as middle schoolers. And to speak for the entire audience, we are all so proud of you. Yes, today is very much a large academic milestone, and that you will all move on to new beginnings in your academic careers. Though this is also a huge psychological milestone as you all mature into young adults. I know what it's like to be a middle schooler here at Shipley, since I myself was once in your shoes, graduating the 8th grade. And I can attest that it's not easy here at Shipley. And although it may seem hard to fathom, you finally made it. As your next all-school president, I'm extremely excited to get to meet all of you as we begin school in September. And hopefully for my sake and for your parents' sake, I can speak to you face-to-face out of the house. The class of 2025 in particular is a special class to me due to family connections, but also because I was once new to the high school myself, and I know how it feels. And in this role, I don't want anything more than to make sure you all feel comfortable and supported throughout the first year of your high school experience. On behalf of the entire Shipley community, I want to once again congratulate the class of 2025 with a round of applause. Thank you.
Please stand for the playing of our school song.
So you can all stay standing if you want, because we are at the end. First of all, can we give a round of applause to all the students who came up here? They did a great job, even though the temperature was quite hot, but thank them all so much. This is a wonderful class. In the middle school, we will miss them, but we hope they will come back and visit us all. Thank you all so much. Have a great summer. We are completed.